you do what you gotta do. You see, you just do what you gotta do. Because this is the time for a nasty drop. You know, it's the time for a nasty drop. Girl, when Delulu is a Salulu, God will protect you. Hey, good people. Welcome to a new vlog. We are back from being on the road again. I'm so excited to be home. We have lots to discuss. You're spending the day in the life with me as a busy solopreneur. We are speaking, we're getting dressed in another club, at another bus, and we outside. It's all the things, y'all. My mom, who is not my admin support, called me this morning. She was like, you ready? You ready? It reminded me of my very busy schedule today, and so I figured it would be a great time to turn on the camera and give you all a sneak peek behind the scenes. My last vlog, you came with me when I was doing my public policy work and also my work through Throughline Studios. Thank you for all the love and support there. In this vlog, you're going to see the other side of the brand, which includes a lot of glam, as well as fashion and public speaking. So get in here, girl. Grab your coffee, your tea, and your snacks, as Monroe might say, and let's have a fun day together. And I'm gonna do my nails while we chit chat, y'all. Look at this. Have you ever seen my natural nails? I don't know if you've seen them before, because my wife was like, I've never seen your nails. And I felt kind of convicted. I was like, Lord, this woman that married me ain't never seen my nails before. She's clearly seen my nails, but I went through a season of just straight gel builder. And before that, I was doing acrylic overlays. My girl Alex actually put me on to gel builder, and I absolutely loved it. And I found a new nail tech, Black woman, Black owned salon, and she's all about nail health. And so I really wanted to give her a clean slate. She took the builder off my nails because it also had gotten really thick. So she took it off probably about 2 weeks now ago. I've been walking around like this for 2 weeks and I feel naked. I feel naked, and y'all know I don't do a lot with my nails. I mean, it usually is just a good old nude, natural something. If I'm feeling froggy, I'll do red, like a bright candy apple red, maybe a French tip. And it's not because I don't love like just the beautiful adornment, the way that people are art it's on their nails. My girl Erin is like that. But two things, I don't have the patience for that, and also I don't know where to even find someone who can do that level of artistry. My girl Tiffany actually flies out of town. I think she flies to Ohio to get her nails done once a month. That's a different type of commitment. And I can't be a nail gel. Not when I gotta like get in front of a camera, hit a quick stage right quick. I need to be able to just go to the people, get a little simple, have it look nice and manicured. I'm sorry if I'm rambling, y'all, but I am sleep deprived. First, I thought it was the surgery. You know, I'm still recovering from my nasal surgery. It'll be a month this Thursday. Which doesn't feel like that long. I can't believe it's been 3 weeks. This color I'm about to use is just something I picked up from like CVS by LA Colors. It's their Gel Extreme Shine, a gel light polish in this color. It doesn't say, because I guess they don't do that anymore. It's been that long since I've done my natural nails. Oh, it's Dusty Rose. So y'all, I just put a base coat on also by LA Colors. It is the Crystal Heart Nail Strengthener. But anyway, I have not slept, and I thought it was the surgery, but I realized that I'm not waking up feeling congested or like I can't breathe. I'm just extremely hot. And I mean, we're bringing the AC down to 68. We got 2 fans going in the room. My wife is like, please, pray to God. I need to get off of Antarctica. She can't sleep because she's too cold. I can't sleep because I'm too hot. I've switched my bedding out. We got brand new sheets. I got a much lighter duvet recently from Quince. I got a 100% cotton cover from, I think, Parachute. So girl, we've invested. I probably spent about $700 recently on just bedding because I'm like, it's worth it. I cannot sleep. All last week I was on the road, so then I was asleep and then. And finally I woke up and I was like, you know what the problem likely is? I need to get my hormones checked again. Because I'm past the point of hot flashes. My SSRI helps me with that, so I don't really have hot flashes. My issue is night sweats. So I'm about to get these levels checked, baby. And I'm going to do so in consultation with my doctors over at MIDI. This part of the video is in partnership with my friends at MIDI. Y'all know they are a longtime supporter of the channel. Thank you in advance for supporting the brands that support politics and fashion. And you all say you love MIDI, and for good reason. They are the one-stop shop for peri-menopausal and postmenopausal care. I don't know another model that specializes in this season of life. I was just having a conversation with some friends on Friday. We went out to the Alice Smith concert, and we all are about the same age. And one of them actually is in a class right now with the physician talking all about menopausal support. And she agreed, you know, this doctor, as well as my friend Tasha, was like, there are no resources, which is why she's actually taking a course to learn more. Could you imagine men having to take a course to learn about their own bodies? I mean, they probably should, but tell me you live in the patriarchy without telling me you live under the patriarchy, right? The lengths we have to go through to educate ourselves as female-bodied people, it's just astonishing, okay? And MIDI just makes things so much easier. And right now, while I cannot take estrogen systemically, you all know that as a breast cancer survivor, as someone who had estrogen-driven breast cancer, I can take progesterone. And that is another hormone, obviously, that also has a lot to do with our bodily functions. And I'm wondering if upping my progesterone might help me to sleep a little better at night. And if not that, we just gonna get to the bottom of something. Because something has to give, baby. Something has to give. And MIDI has always given me great medical advice. Right now, I'm on a very low dose of estrogen. It is a vaginal insert. And that, from my understanding, helps with preventing or addressing vaginal atrophy, along with a bunch of other positive benefits. That kind of estrogen actually in Europe, from my understanding, at such a low dose, it's just sold like in CVS. So this country has a long way to go as far as women's hormonal health is concerned. And my doctor at MIDI told me that this is something that they would recommend for everybody. If you don't have the history that I have, the black box warning has been taken off HRTs. Consult with your doctor. If you were suffering, you ain't got to do it, baby. You ain't got to do it. And MIDI has the answers. I cannot wait until my appointment. I will report back and tell y'all how I'm sleeping. So make sure you just scan the QR code or click the link down in my description box to learn more about MIDI. They do accept most insurances. Tell them that I sent you. Tell them I said, hey girl, hey. So today, friends, we have two really big and exciting opportunities. Number one, Fashion File has a new podcast, and the CEO, Sarah, is going to be the host. And guess who they wanted to interview for one of the first episodes on the podcast, friends? This face belongs on the tube. Me, girl, me, me. I am so excited. And it just so happens that I guess today is the day for podcasts because my girl Blake Newby is going to be in town. She has a podcast called According to Blake, but she's also just a media maven. She does hosting, red carpet stuff all the time. She might be based in LA, if not New York. And she's in DC today filming. So I actually need to ask her who else is she sitting down with. But anyway, she's in DC today filming her podcast According to Blake. And guess who she has to be a guest? Because this face, where does it belong, friends? Where does it belongs on the Tizu? I remember hearing Tunde, who is one of my favorite Peloton instructors, talk about how she had been called in kind of last minute for a commercial. I may have told y'all this story before. And when she got there, the staff, whomever, producers, director on set were like, oh my gosh, she's really good at this. Like, she just got called in. She's fantastic. We can't believe that she's so good with such limited preparation. And Tunde said that her manager stopped them and said, Tunde has been preparing for this moment her whole life. She may not have been in front of your cameras or in front of a camera in the way that you understand it, but every moment in Tunde's life brought her to this. So she was ready before she hit the door, baby. And that just stuck with me because, yes, we prepare those moments that we're singing in front of the mirror when we're little, those moments when we're putting on plays, speaking of my experience, for our family and friends, those moments where we're giving our Easter speeches in church, those moments when we are scared to give the presentation in class or in front of our colleagues at work. It's all preparation. So that when you get the call on a day like today to sit down with people you respect to do 2 podcasts back to back, you're ready. You're ready. And I'm so grateful, not just for the opportunities, but for every single thing that brought me to this moment, because I truly am blessed enough to do what I love. And I thank you for being here, friends. Girl, you know I'm about to cry. I ain't even gonna cry. Now you know I'm a bucket of water. I am gonna finish doing my nails, and then my makeup artist, Jaya, will be here. I'm so excited. I sent her this inspiration. I said I want it to be pinky golden calendria. What an icon. She can do no wrong in my book. So I got my inspiration from Kelly. I said I don't want it to be like overly made up, but I want that blush to blush, and I want the golden nudie, you know. I want that to really come out. Black girls nude. I want that to really come across. So I think it's going to be amazing. I've actually tried to get her to do my makeup before, and she was booked. So I have been excited about her work. It's something about how she does glam that feels like, you know, you got your makeup did. It feels professional, but it doesn't feel too over the top. And that's what I'm always looking for. Y'all know I can do my own makeup. I enjoy doing my own makeup, but I would have had to start at 6 o'clock a.m. It's 10:05. I've already been to get my hair cut. I knew it wasn't gonna work, okay? In order to really feel like I was camera 4K ready, and that's for Blake's podcast. Today with Sarah, I'm gonna just be in front of either my phone or my laptop with my light on to give me some extra light. But with Blake, we're going to a podcast studio. Lights, camera, action, baby. And this face, where does it belong? On the Tizu. So I gotta have the glam right. I don't exactly know what I'm gonna wear, so introduce you to Jaya when she comes, and then we'll go upstairs and figure out this fit, baby, because this is gonna be hilarious. I'm so type B. I've known about this for weeks, and I realized last night that I needed a haircut and I had no idea what I was gonna wear. Welcome to my life. Guys, look! Oh my God, okay. This is the woman of the hour. This is a magician. Can you please tell the kind of people how to find you?
I'm Jaya, Makeup by Jaya Studio, located in Washington, D.C. I offer bridal, soft glam, natural glam, production glam, whatever you need, call me, I got you.
Listen, she just did a trick under my eyes.
That blush.
Painted
by Esther. Painted by Esther.
We love you, Esther.
We love you, Esther. Look, Esther showed us how to execute color on deep skin. I feel confident wearing pink. I never wore pink on my face. I always wore corals or orange or deep purples, but
we can do pink too.
No, baby, we did this. Yeah.
We went there, as you can see. I'm so excited for my glam. Thank you, girl.
Thank you.
You guys, I'm so happy with my makeup. You literally have no idea. I wanted to show you guys before I got dressed, my under outfit goodies. I worked with them in maybe 2 videos that you guys may have seen. I have 50% off code. And so I want to show you how good these undergarments are. The lift on this bra with no underwire is amazing. And I had on another one of their bras earlier. But I love the way this fits and it's so smooth. And then the shapewear is great because we got a glory hole down there. So as you bopping around, you at brunch, you've had a couple of French 75s, you wearing a full bodycon look. Who has time to pull this down? And you do what you gotta do. You see, you just do what you gotta do. And because I'm talking to Sarah from Fashion File, I gotta wear something that is pre-loved. It just fits the brand and the aesthetic. So in the first under outfit video, I showed you my birthday dress from a line that I got from the archive vault, pre-loved, although I don't think it had been worn. And so I'm gonna put that back on for the interview today, and I'll show you the accessories as well. And I think I got what I'm gonna wear for later. We'll see. We'll see. In the meantime though, I want to give myself, it is 11:42, a second to set up. It's at noon. And also, while she was doing my makeup, Jay was doing my makeup, I was able to go through some of the questions. And so I want to have pieces like out to show. So it can be like a little show and tell during the video cast. I'm assuming we're using a platform where they're gonna capture video and audio. So I'm assuming I'm gonna be on camera. If I'm not, it's going to be hilarious. This is really hard to put on myself. Okay. I got it. I'm probably extremely blown out because of the white. There we go. The camera has adjusted. And this is what that shapewear gives, baby. It smooths you. It gives you body. Huh? It gives you body. We can keep it simple, or we can go there. Or we can go there. I just got these, y'all, from, I'm sorry, Drees. But I got them from, I'm gonna save these because with what I think I'm gonna wear, it's gonna be nasty, baby. It's gonna be rude, baby. So I feel like given how high the neck is on this, I could probably wear something that is a little less, you know, and really allow for the mug to do what needs to be done. Let me see this, hold on. Too conservative. I know, girl, I know. Too conservative. I feel like I need more like big earrings. I used to have so many. I got rid of a lot of them. And I hate that I did that. I need to bring a lot of my earrings back. Because this is the time for a nasty drop. You know, it's the time for a nasty drop. I actually think, guys, I like the hoops. And then let's do because then this will be on camera, right? This is the thing that we will see. I'm gonna take off this though, the hand chain, because we fighting. There's a lot of stuff happening. Do my TK girl. That feels like that's gonna be really cute. That feels like that's gonna be really cute. Let me get the light to come back in. Right? Okay, feels like me. It feels like she, me, her. It's getting she, me, her. And this is a smaller girl, so I feel like I can talk without it sound like I have a lisp. I mean, I do have a lisp, but you know what I mean. Let me get my lighting together and get ready to chat with Sarah. We're getting ready to go live, y'all. I grabbed my glasses because I'm starting to get a little slight headache. I haven't worn my glasses all day. I don't think I'm gonna wear them to film the podcast though. But I did pull out my free maiden cuffs because I felt like that could complement. But the other bracelets were just a little bit too dainty. And we are going live in just a second. Okay, number one, the first luxury thing that was purchased for me, I still have, Sarah, and I wanted to show you. 13 years old, and for my 13th birthday, my mom got me a Dooney & Burke bag, a bucket bag. I don't know if you remember these. I will have it for the rest of my life. And it started me on this journey of just falling deeper in love with fashion. So the first thing that was purchased for me. And then the first thing I purchased for myself was a Gucci Soho bag. I completely understand what it means to see your visual representation as part of how you emote, part of how you share your ideology and your confidence with the world. And so, again, I want people to know something about me before I open my mouth by how I adorn myself. Today, I don't know if you all can see, but I have my single tooth grilling.
I love it. I love it.
Because I'm from the South, and this is how I was raised, right? So I'm wearing a lyre and a grill. That is who I am in a nutshell. Okay, y'all, I just switched my camera because the SD card, I only have one for some reason. I don't know where my SD cards are. And it is transferring some files so I can have room to finish vlogging for today. And I just made some lunch. Well, not finished yet. I gotta put it on a couple more minutes. I don't have anything in the house that wasn't cooked, like I need to cook. So I had to pull out this little palette from Trader Joe's, girl. Little palette paneer. And I'm gonna throw a piece of buttered thin sliced whole grain bread with it. And that shall be the lunch. I am starving. This is what my snack was earlier because I knew I was going to be ravenous. So I tried to get a little bit of protein in with some fat, but trust me, it was not enough. The interview with Sarah was amazing. My headphones died right as we were getting started, so I hope the audio is okay. Sometimes without them, it provides an echo, so that was like in the back of my head the whole time. And finally, I was like, Tashara, let it go. Let it go. Like, did the best I could do. I can't make perfect the enemy of good. Not when I have a chance to be in the moment and to have a dynamic conversation. So I think it went well. I was able to talk about all the things that I love. I am gonna have me a Diet Coke with my lunch. Because I need some caffeine. I prefer Coke Zero, but the Diet Coke will have to do today. I was able to talk about my grandparents and practices of adornment and being from the South and just a bunch of good things that I didn't think we were going to be able to get into, but the conversation just naturally flowed, which was nice. And I have y'all about an hour, maybe a little less, before I need to head out to go and meet Blake at the podcast studio. And while I'm doing that, let's eat lunch and just have a chat around my career trajectory, how I got here, and how I am able to do what I do as a solopreneur, because I know I have a lot of new faces around here. Hey girl, hey, welcome. And it might be helpful to you to know a bit more about my background, where I'm from, and my career path. Girl, a Diet Coke will put you back in the game. I've been out here on my deathbed and I've had a Diet Coke and it brought me back to life, is what I'm telling you. Not sponsored, Diet Coke. Don't tell me all the bad things that are in diet soda. Don't need that. Let me live my life a little reckless, because I needed that. But for many folks who, again, may not know, I am an attorney by training. I graduated law school from Georgetown. That's what brought me to DC. And afterwards, I worked in the abuse and neglect field, the foster care system, not for the state or for the city, but instead for a nonprofit that represented kids in the abuse and neglect system, children. And what I realized while arguing for their best interests, that their best interest would be for them to be at home with their parents, honestly. Systems should not raise kids. Systems should not raise kids. And unlike popular opinion, where we think every child that's in the abuse and neglect system is there because of some heinous act of abuse, most kids are there, and this is across this country, because of poverty. And too often, poverty and neglect have a symbiotic relationship, or one is just confused for the other, meaning because I am living in poverty and struggling, a state actor assumes I am neglecting my children, whether or not it's true. Because there is a hyper surveillance on communities of color, Black communities specifically, because of their relationship to the state. And obviously we know that poverty has been racialized, as has wealth in this country. And so we are disproportionately poor. So we are disproportionately surveilled. So our children are disproportionately removed. Some might argue those facts, but I've studied the data for many, many years since law school. My mentor actually was writing a paper about the child welfare system, and I assisted in his research. And after that, I decided I was going to change my entire kind of field of study. I'd wanted to be a women's international human rights attorney. I actually spent a summer in Nigeria doing some of that work, and I changed my mind. After meeting him, I just felt like we had too many issues domestically to work on, and no one at that time was talking about child welfare reform or abolition like they are today. And it's still not a big part of people's conversations. And so it's just not a sexy topic. You know, you're talking about kids, and I think people are very, very afraid that if we don't remove children and ask questions later, a heinous outcome could occur. But what we forget is that graduating from foster care, unfortunately, being a foster child for the majority of your life, your outcomes ain't much better. And most of my clients, no matter what their parents had been accused of, they just wanted their mama. They just wanted their daddy. So I have a lot of ideas about how we can transform the system, but that's not what this conversation is about right now. So after I worked at the nonprofit representing kids in the system, I decided I wanted to look more at the system itself. And so I transitioned to working in public policy. And I worked for a think tank. So we did research, data analysis, a lot of writing, policy reports, recommendations around child welfare and juvenile justice. And I led something called the Alliance for Racial Equity in Child Welfare. Left there, went to a local nonprofit, was their deputy director. They did work with children who were unhoused. Went back to the policy think tank. And then from there, I went and I worked at YSL. And I went to YSL because I got cancer and I wanted to leave the stressful job that I had behind. Typical overworked, underpaid, Black woman, microaggressions, typical stuff, child. And the stress was taking a toll on me. My Sunday scaries were horrible. My anxiety disorder was through the roof. And at that point, it was completely unchecked, undiagnosed, and unmedicated. So I look back and think about the person I was then, I could only imagine. I mean, I've always kind of journaled and wrote affirmations, and so I was doing the best that I could, but I got the kind of anxiety that can be debilitating, and so it was just really hard. And developing cancer taught me that no one was going to give me permission. Like, what was I waiting for? I started my blog back in 2011 while studying for the bar, and it was time. So while going through chemo, I applied at YSL. I got the job, stayed at YSL for 2 years, and then I was able to secure some consulting contracts in the policy field that allowed for me to say, you know what, I'm ready to go out on my own. And the funny part was, y'all, looking back, girl, I had 10,000 followers on IG. And I was like, well, I'm famous now. Wrap this thing up. I'm famous. Job. Girl, when Delulu is a Salulu, God will protect you. God will protect you. I thought I was famous. I had 10,000 followers. I didn't even have a YouTube channel. But y'all, what saved me, honestly, was a little Delulu. Because I just believed strongly that my dreams were going to be achieved. I didn't give myself any other option. And I've always been someone who has been the responsible one, or the one that is responsible for, at that point, the finances in my relationship, of the admin, of the adulting, right? And so at that time I was in a relationship where if I ain't have it, we ain't have it. So I had to figure it out. I was betting on myself and I had to figure it out. But one thing I can say though is that I never left my consulting behind. And I think we are in a season right now with creators in the creator economy that people can glamorize being a full-time creator. And it ain't nothing sexy, baby, about waiting 90 days for that invoice to hit. Because them car payment people ain't gonna wait 90 days. The mortgage people ain't gonna wait. And it's so crazy because now I'm starting to see like this financing on invoices, which I think is so predatory, because I understand what it means to really need that money to hit your account. And instead of fixing the systemic issue with how creators are being paid and when, it's just easier to take out the loan against your own money, essentially. So I had a little bit of money saved, not a whole lot, honestly. I may have been able to float myself for 2 months max. But it was enough for me to say, with my contracts, with my policy contracts, right? I was doing public policy contracting then. And the money that I know I can make online, I'm ready to go. And at that point, because I had the free time, I dedicated myself to starting my YouTube channel. So if you've been here from the beginning, girl, I thank you. Because y'all are helping me to live my dream, obviously. And it's why if I don't post anywhere else, I'm going to be right here on YouTube, because I understand what it means to have a community, to have a tribe, and to be helped down. And we see each other because of it, because y'all have been here since I got serious about this journey of creation. And YouTube, obviously, once you hit 4,000 watch hours, I think it's 4,000. And then it's a number of subscribers have to be paired with that. You are able to monetize your channel. And so that started to become a bit of extra income. More collaboration started. I think my first collaboration was like Lily Silk or something. Girl, I didn't know what I was doing. The video was so dark. They were like, can you lighten this up? I can't see the clothes. It's so dark. Nothing about cameras, lighting. But again, I thought I was famous. And I don't even think it's cringe now. It's just like I had to grow. I was just talking to my makeup artist about this today, Jaya. Listen, she said, I only have 10,000 followers. She said, but I have 3,000 posts. And she said, because I am consistently cranking out content, that is how I have a multi-six-figure business doing makeup. We give up too easily. We give up too easily. And I'm not saying you have to have the most self-confidence. You can fake that. Now, you're going to be blessed with that. Your brain will actually transform itself the more you tell yourself something is true. That's good or bad. So if you don't have that and you're working on your confidence, the next thing you have got to do is just be consistent. Because, again, it is going to pay off. Hard work is going to pay off. You are going to learn skills along the way. You are going to naturally get better at whatever it is if you just dedicate yourself to the craft. And so I taught myself how to edit. I had a little bit of support from the person I was dating at the time. And I just sat down and I dedicated myself to it, learn how to use the camera. And now I have support with editing, thank goodness. But it's what just kept the income flowing. And the reality, y'all, is that using my brain, my brain is my biggest asset. I mean, I think I put that thing on. I do. But if someone was to say to me to define yourself, the first adjective I'm going to use is smart. Because I have worked really, really hard before law school, y'all. I've worked really, really hard to cultivate a life where I saw myself and there was nothing like me around. And it was books, it was school, it was my education, it was my academic pursuits that allowed for that. So I am who I am today because of that. So the first adjective for me is smart, and then everything falls under that. And so what I've had to come to an awareness of, listen, things are always shifting, right? But I am in a season right now where I'm like, okay, these are not separate pursuits. It's not like I'm the smart girl, but really I'm here to get these outfits off. It's no, I have an analysis and I care about the world. That is just as important as me getting these outfits off, if not more. Because when I look at my content and I look at what's trending, the fashion may have brought you here, but what folks stay for, I realize, are my opinions and my thoughts on the world, my investment in being authentic and reflecting parts of you. Because if you here, girl, it's for a reason, right? A lot of people wear cute clothes. A lot of people do that, but relationships are built even parasocially when we're able to say, oh, you too. Your grandma raised you too. You was raised in the South too. You from Florida too. You like your dad treated too. That's how it works. So let me finish up my spinach and my cheese, y'all. And then I'm going to go upstairs, put on outfit number 2. And I got like 17 minutes to get out this house because I do not want to be late for Blake. Okay, my friends, we're ready to get up out of here. And I just got my Torontos in the mail. These are the ones that have like the slightly greenish lens. So I thought they would look really good with this chartreuse top. Tortoise frame, part of the new collection from 12 p.m. Studios, babe. Absolutely. I'm going to re-up my gloss in just a minute. I did re-up or powder my face, but that blush is still hanging in there. Now that blush is still Blushington. And the pink with this chartreuse. The top Akira sent over, guys. I shared it on my stories. Hopefully still available. I will link it down below. And I just said something about the way that the high-low sits would look really good with a pair of shorts. These are my mango jean shorts. Earrings are by Dries Van Noten. Okay. Same jewelry on this wrist that you remember. And then I'm going to grab Calendria for the extra pop of color also. I don't have time to change my bag, so it is what it is. Wide sales on the feet because it's a good kind of brown girl's nude, barely there pair of sandals. I need to put on some more deodorant. It's feeling a little musty. That's one thing about this top. It's feeling a little musty. Okay. Fragrance is gonna be the Dead Cool Extra Milk. Great base layer. Great base layer. And I blended it with the Jo Malone, Jasmine Sandbach, and Marigold. Okay, friends. Let's get up out of here. Can you see me? Hold on. These are a little dark, so I can't tell if you can actually see me. Okay. Let's get up out of here. I can't wait to meet Blake. Ooh. Crystal.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm here for Cerebral House.
For what?
Cerebral House Clean Cuts.
Oh, for cleaners. Okay.
Just got here. The podcast studio is actually, I've been here before. It's in the same building as WUSA 9, which is our local news, so that's cool. And I have a little bit of a headache, y'all. I need some water. Whenever I have a lot going on, let me turn this way. Whew. Yeah. I always get headaches, and I don't feel like stressed, and I don't feel knowingly stressed, you know what I mean? I think it's probably more subconscious because I'm trying to do so many things and not forget anything. I gotta bring the camera, I gotta do social media, so it ends up being a high production and high content day on top of actually being present to do the thing. So whenever I would film the podcast, I would always have a migraine by the end of the day. Always. I think part of it might be the lights as well, which is why I put my glasses on earlier. But yeah, I was with my blood sugar crashing, so I got some gum. I ate something sweet before I left. But I just need some water to calm my nerves, girl. And take a nap. But anyway, call my wife, call my little sister, call my mama. Everybody was like, your makeup looks so good. I was like, no. She did such a good job. And everybody loves her outfit too. So I cannot wait for the 2 podcast episodes to drop. And of course, I'll share them with y'all. Make sure you're on my newsletter list because I try to do a newsletter once a week. It comes out weekly-ish. Cocktail Hosting Recipes, that's its own newsletter. And I also have a newsletter where I share with you what's happening around the community.
You're going to be right in here.
Okay.
Hello, Ziva.
Hi,
Oh, don't you look spectacular? Oh my God, you look fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Hi.
Oh, look at this one.
No, I'm
Look at
no,
this
you came in
one.
with the see, no, I should have put on my good. No, you look stunning.
Thank you, sis. Thank you for
How have you
inviting
been?
me. I have been blessed, busy,
Who are these earrings
booked. Drees. Not to touch the mic.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God.
Here we go.
How far do you live? You don't live too far, do you?
No, not far.
Okay.
Here's the funny part. People say this about DC. I don't know if you spent much time here.
Yeah, you know what's an hour.
Oh, so then you already know. Girl,
Yeah.
it'll be 5 miles and take you half an hour.
Yes. We're done. We did it.
No notes. Literally, the
No
definition
notes for you.
of a journalist, baby. Remember I talked about facts? Journalism,
Facts.
doing the work.
That's why I have you. That's why I have you on.
That was just amazing. I will link the episode down below. Thank you, Blake. I appreciate you, sis.
Thank you.
That woman is dynamic. I love smart people. I love people who are operating in their gift. That is a gift. If you are not following Blake, do so stat. Funny enough, she interviewed Frank earlier and they were going to go and grab a drink. And I wish I could join them, y'all, but I am nursing this here headache. I'm not gonna lie to you, I really want to see my wife. I want to go home and see my wife. So she is coming home from work. I got some steaks that are defrosting. if it doesn't rain, we're gonna put those on the grill. We're gonna have some green beans, some sweet potatoes, and just have a good night. I want to put my puzzle together that is on my dining room table with her, put a record on and relax, and I'm sure this headache will be long gone by probably about 8 p.m. Thank you so much for watching, for being a part of this community, for joining us on this very chaotic and long day. I got a little bit of content and I squeezed it in, y'all, but at some point I think I've worked really hard to realize when enough is enough, and I'm at my capacity for today. So it's almost 5 o'clock. It is quitting time, and make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I hope you had an amazing day, and I will see you good people next time. Just a quick reminder, friends, that you are always right where you are supposed to be. In this moment, I was thinking to myself, man, did I get enough content today? But you know what? I'm not going to push myself because I'm tired. I got this headache. It's going to have to be what it is. Girl, wouldn't you know that the one piece of content I took for social media went viral on my page, and then Essence picked it up. This is your reminder that you are always right where you were supposed to be. This is your reminder that your best is always enough. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. They're mad because they're not you. They're mad because they're not you. Could never be you. On your worst day, they ain't never seen nothing like you. Huh? That's why they mad. Yo, that's that clavicle. That's why they mad, little Drees. A little 12 p.m. That's why they mad. You know what you've been through? Yeah, you don't look like it. Huh? That grew back. Cancer. Yeah. Yeah, you don't look like it. Black on Freemaiden right there. Little chartreuse for the dogs. They mad because they can't be you. Huh? Even on your worst day.